important is the mobile web page?
It's hugely important. Something like 90% of all users expect to see a mobile website when they actually click through on their mobile device. And one of our search engine optimization factors as well is is the site mobile optimized. So we do try to take into account, will the user receive a good experience when they actually click through to it. The challenge there is that it quickly feels like it becomes a technology discussion, and people are discussing, should we build a mobile site, should we build an app, should we build a responsive website? The problem in my mind there is that people are taking their common sense out of that everyone is up in arms and saying, oh, responsive design, it's going to be brilliant. My frustration with that statement is that people overlook the person, the customer in that equation, because responsive in the way it's generally used is responsive to a device. And what businesses need to understand is there's not a single phone in the world that's going to buy their product. But there's likewise not a single tablet or a single computer that's going to buy their product. It's the customer who's going to buy the product. So really a properly responsive design is responsive to the customer. It's responsive to the needs they have at that time. And a simple example is most banks, a few have actually started to use some intelligence on it, but most of, at least as far as I know, all the Danish banks, whether you live in one of the, shall we say, less affluent areas of Copenhagen or you live in the more affluent areas of Copenhagen, you're given exactly the same splash screen, whether it's on your phone or on your desktop. But obviously, if you ask the branch managers in the local banks, they would say, no, it's two completely different segments, two completely different demographics. And that is responsive design. And this is where I feel shifting the entire responsibility of building a mobile website over to the IT department is generally not the right way to go. Not that they're not smart and good and skilled people, but if you already have sales teams in place, then they are the people to go into the best performing shops and say, what are you doing right? How can we take what you know about being responsive to customers and put that on our site? And then it doesn't matter if it's on a mobile phone or a desktop or a tablet or anything. What matters is, well, we know if someone comes in at 10 o'clock in the morning, then they want this, where if it's at 5, they're in a rush and they just want this. Then you can have the worst mobile experience in the world, but if you give them the right thing, people will buy. I mean, I unfortunately can't remember the numbers, but I mean, eBay say they sell Ferraris, and I think they've even sold a plane on their mobile auctions. So purchases will happen. B2B people have made purchases over $1 million on mobile phones. It will take place if it's necessary enough, but as long as the discussion is about technology rather than the customer, it's wrong.